Amanda's heart raced, her palms sweaty, and droplets of sweat dropped from her forehead as she extended her hands to grab the handle of a chic glass door leading to her dreams. She pushed open the door, revealing an empty studio that had just opened in the heart of the city. Amanda's eyes wandered throughout the studio as if she couldn't believe what she had always dreamed of is a reality. Right in front of her, her own jewelry boutique. Amanda walked further inside her property, her hands glazing along the freshly painted cream-colored walls until they finally rested on an extremely familiar painting hung on the wall. Amanda's steps halted in front of the painting. Tears brewed in her eyes as she stared at the portrait of her late mother, who was a famous painter herself. Amanda smiled at her mother's picture and whispered, "Mom, I finally made it. Do you like this place?" Even though Amanda had expected nothing but silence in return, she could feel proud of herself. She could finally say that she did it. "Amanda!" A high-pitched voice called Amanda and turned around to be caught by the said person in a hug. "Whoa, Emily, when did you come?" Amanda hugged her best friend and her partner back and asked, "Be serious, girl. As soon as I heard from Nate that this place was painted, I knew you would come to see it," Emily said excitedly, putting an end to their hug. Amanda could see exactly the same expression as hers on Emily's face as she took in the view of the new studio. "How could I let you have all the fun, Amanda? Damn, this place is so big." She walked around the studio like a small kid, exploring every single corner as if she was unsure such a place could exist. Emily stopped at an empty spot. Her mouth turned up in a smirk and she turned around. "I have decided." After seeing Amanda's confused expression, Emily gestured to the spot. "I want my table at this spot." She pointed towards the door. "Imagine, Amanda, customers walking through the door and the first thing they see is..." She then pointed towards herself. "Me?" Amanda gave her a baffled look in return and rolled her eyes. "I know, you just want to see certain someone who happens to have a shop right across ours." Amanda chuckled and continued, "You can't make excuses from me, Emily. I know you better than yourself." Who knew that maybe what Amanda thought was wrong? Maybe she never really knew Emily that well. "Wait, Em!" Amanda shouted as she grabbed Emily by her shoulders, slightly giving them a shake. "Aren't you being late for your date?" Emily's eyes widened in shock as she opened her phone to check the time. After some screams and some questions like, "How do I look?" or "Is my dress okay?" to Amanda, Emily finally left. 6 months were all it took for Amanda's business to flourish, and she became one of the successful names in her industry. While Amanda's name was on its way to become famous, Emily's jealousy started growing 2 times more, but Amanda had always been the oblivious type. Even when Emily deliberately gave her the wrong address of the client just to go there herself, Amanda believed it was a mistake. Her kind nature and forgiving behavior was the exact cause of a disaster she had to fight all alone. "Amanda, you trust me, right?" Emily asked her one time. Without even thinking much, Amanda grabbed Emily's hand and replied her honestly, "Of course, why did she even ask that?" Amanda laughed at her abruptness, not knowing the weight this single question might have been holding. As the night caught on, Amanda, who had already been very busy preparing for a huge exhibition to be held in less than 2 days, decides to call it a day. "Everyone, I know we are quite busy, but let's take a break now. You can all go to sleep or else I will be famous as a cruel boss soon." All of the staff present in her studio laughed and agreed with her. One by one, everyone left, leaving behind only Amanda and Emily in their studio. Amanda always wanted to keep things clean when leaving her work, but Emily never agreed with her. At the end, Amanda won the silly bet between them, and since then, Emily had to stay behind to help her friend. Just as both of them are about to leave, the door to their studio opens and an unexpected guest arrives. Amanda's eyebrows furrowed in confusion, Emily's expression being the same as they both stare at the unfamiliar figure standing in front of them. Hi, are you the owner here?" said a man whose presence alone was enough to make anyone feel intimidated. Amanda nodded in reply and asked, "Hello, my name is Amanda. How can I help you?" The man looked like he was in his early 30s. He possessed a timeless handsomeness that drew admiring glances wherever he went. Standing at a confident height, he exuded an air of self-assurance that complemented his striking appearance. His sharp, chiseled features were framed by a well-maintained beard that added a touch of rugged charm to his overall demeanor. His eyes, a shade of deep soulful brown, held a magnetic intensity that seemed to capture the attention of those fortunate enough to meet his gaze. They sparkled with a mixture of intelligence and warmth, revealing a depth of character beneath the surface. A perfectly sculpted nose sat above lips that carried a subtle, enigmatic smile. His smile, though not constant, could light up a room, and its rarity only seemed to enhance its impact. Crow's feet appeared at the corners of his eyes when he smiled, evidence of the genuine joy he found in life. His hair, dark and meticulously styled, added to the aura of sophistication that surrounded him. Whether it was casually tousled or neatly combed, it seemed to effortlessly fall into place, enhancing his overall allure. There was a touch of maturity in his appearance, a reflection of the experiences and wisdom accumulated over his early 30s. Dressed in casual clothing that accentuated his athletic build, he effortlessly blended classic style with a modern edge. The way he carried himself suggested both strength and grace, as if every step he took was purposeful and measured. This handsome man was a harmonious blend of charisma, intelligence, and a rugged yet refined aesthetic that left a lasting impression on anyone fortunate enough to cross his path. The man stepped forward and extended his hand out to Amanda.
"My name is Jack Walker. I want to collaborate with you for my latest fashion show."
Amanda's eyes widened when she heard his name and what he said. She remembered her mother used to talk a lot about the Walkers and their legacy of fashion businesses. But the important thing was that her mother liked them and she wanted Amanda to do business with them if she ever got a chance. Emily immediately gasped in shock and stepped forward. "Jack Walker? The famous fashion designer who recently established his own brand? Oh my god, I can't believe it!"
Yes,"
Jack replied to Emily and turned his attention back to Amanda.
"You don't have to reply me now. You can think about it and give me a call."
He handed a business card and with a smile left the studio. As the news of the major offer sank in, they exchanged wide-eyed glances that quickly escalated into grins of disbelief. Then, like a pair of synchronized performers, they threw their heads back and unleashed a collective scream that seemed to reverberate through the very walls of the room. It was a harmonious blend of surprise, joy, and uncontainable enthusiasm. Emily suddenly looked at Amanda and asked worriedly, "We should make everyone work overtime tomorrow to prepare new designs for Jack." Amanda smirked mischievously and grabbed her hand. "Come here. I want to show you something." As they both stepped further into the room, Amanda couldn't contain the gleam in her eyes. Emily's curiosity mirrored her friend's excitement, and a palpable energy surged between them. With a mysterious smile playing on Amanda's lips, she reached for a carefully concealed box and lifted its lid, revealing an array of gleaming jewels that caught the light in a mesmerizing dance. The designs, like miniature works of art, were a manifestation of her creativity, encapsulated in the delicate interplay of metals and gemstones. As she delicately held up each piece, the room seemed to hush in reverence, allowing the designs to speak for themselves. Her hands, adorned with a few prototypes, moved gracefully, guiding her friend's attention to the intricate details, the subtle curves, the harmonious blend of colors, and the thoughtful symbolism infused into every creation. The friend, captivated by the beauty unfolding before her, couldn't help but gasp in awe. The designer watched her friend's reaction with a mixture of pride and anticipation, eager to share the stories behind each piece. There was a narrative woven into every necklace, ring, and earring, a secret language that only those with a keen eye could decipher. Say something, Em. Amanda looked at her friend with expectant eyes, wanting her to praise her friend's creation, but what she heard in return hurt her. They're beautiful, Amanda, but aren't they too old-fashioned compared to what is trendy nowadays? I don't think Jack will like them. Emily knew the sketches she had in her hands were spectacular. She lied because she didn't want to keep staying under Amanda's shadow. Emily was jealous because everyone kept seeing Amanda's efforts when it was the result of both of their hard work combined. Even though Emily didn't put any money to start the business, she still considered herself a partner just because Amanda has always shared everything with her. Emily didn't like how she didn't get any attention. She realized those designs could change anyone's lives, and that's what she did exactly. The only difference was that she thought about changing her own life. Meanwhile, her innocent friend didn't even realize she was being stabbed in her back. Greed took the best of her, and she decided to sabotage Amanda. If you think like that, I'll just get rid of them. Amanda gave a sad smile and grabbed all her rough sketches to throw them in the mini trash can under her working desk. It would be a lie to say that Amanda wasn't disappointed. Then again, she thought maybe her friend's intention was just to let her know the truth, which was best for both of their own good. You do know that I always want the best for you, right? Emily asked with fake concern, and Amanda nodded in reply, completely unaware of the chaos she was about to face. As the morning sunlight filtered through the curtains, casting a gentle glow on the room, Amanda stirred from her slumber with a sense of anticipation. However, the tranquility was shattered as her phone buzzed insistently, delivering a piece of news that sent shockwaves through the world. With a knot forming in her stomach, she reached for the device, and as her bleary eyes scanned the screen, the words hit her like an unexpected storm. Rising entrepreneur plagiarism case. Click here to find the truth about a not-so-innocent Amanda Byers. The initial moments were a blur of disbelief, her heart pounding in her chest as she tried to comprehend the magnitude of the situation. In an instant, the sanctity of her creative haven was breached, and the very essence of her hard work and innovation had been exposed to rivals. A mix of emotions surged within her: anger, vulnerability, and a profound sense of betrayal. Her designs were like fragments of her soul, and now they lay vulnerable in the hands of those who saw them not as artistry, but as a means to gain an upper hand in the competitive arena. As she navigated the flood of messages and notifications, her mind raced, trying to assess the extent of the damage. How had this happened? Who could have orchestrated such a breach of trust? The whispers of doubt and suspicion clouded her thoughts, and a heavy sigh escaped her lips as she contemplated the potential consequences for her career and aspirations. In the mirror, her reflection betrayed the weariness of a sleepless night and the burden of unexpected adversity. Yet, amidst the turmoil, a steely resolve began to take root. The girl, faced with an unwarranted challenge, straightened her shoulders and met her own gaze with determination. Amanda's phone started ringing and a familiar name shows on the screen, and she picks it up. Amanda, are you okay? Where are you? I have already seen it, Em. Amanda sighs deeply and continues, I'm coming to the studio. Amanda felt like a culprit throughout her walk to her studio. The thing Amanda hated the most was being called a cheater. She knew she made those designs with all her power, effort, and countless nights that went by without sleep. Amanda stopped in front of a poster, her own picture posted with the rival company's name. Hellier & Co. CEO has filed a plagiarism case on a rising designer because she stole her designs and has already sent them to her potential clients, but someone reported her before she could publish them. Among 1,000 thoughts that ran through Amanda's mind, a particular one lit a fire inside her. But someone reported her before she could. The only person Amanda had ever shown her designs to was Jack, but it was through text messages. After Emily's feedback, Amanda wasn't so sure, so she approached Jack and sent him one of her designs. Surprisingly, he liked them so much that he wanted her to start production immediately. Besides Jack, Emily? No, she was her best friend. Amanda knew the answer, but she just didn't want to believe the obvious. Amanda decided to give her best friend a last chance before she came to a conclusion. As soon as she reached her studio, Emily rushed towards her. "How are you? Are you okay?" "Don't believe them, Amanda. We trust you." Amanda wasn't sure who to believe or who not to. She looked into Emily's eyes with a confident expression as if she wanted her to know something. "The only person I have ever shown my designs to was you, Emily. Last night, you told me they were useless, so I discarded them." Emily's eyes widened with shock as if she didn't know what she did. "Are you suspecting me? Your best friend, Amanda? I have been with you since we were kids." She lets out a scoff and rolls her eyes. "I should have known better than to befriend you who doesn't even trust her own friend." Her words felt like sharp dagger which pierced Amanda's heart. Amanda shook her head in disbelief and walked towards her desk. "There's something I didn't tell you about the designs, Emily." She opened the small drawer and took out a pen. Fear of being exposed crept up Emily's body as she heard Amanda's words. She blinked multiple times before she asked, What kind of act are you trying to play? I told you, I have nothing to do with this matter." Amanda couldn't help but feel betrayed from a friend whom she trusted more than herself when she sees the droplets of sweat on Emily's forehead. She walked closer to her. Her footsteps must have felt like danger to Emily. "Why are you sweating, Em? I just want to tell you that I have my initials in all the designs I have ever made. Upon a closer look, anyone can realize its true owner." "What? I don't believe you." Emily smirked in return, revealing her true intentions. "You are just saying nonsense to scare me, but I'm not scared of you anymore, Amanda." Emily's voice raised and she was almost screaming. Why? Why did you do this, Em? You know how much I worked hard for them." Hot tears swelled up in Amanda's eyes as she demanded reasons from Emily. Emily scoffed and rolled her eyes in response. She glared at Amanda with an expression Amanda was unfamiliar with. To Amanda, Emily looked like a completely different person. She was no longer the best friend Amanda used to have. "Why, you ask?" Emily whispered angrily. "I no longer wanted to be just your shadow, Amanda. I was done with it. Every moment, every second was becoming unbearable when I was with you. Everyone only saw you and the designs. Was it only yours? I also worked hard, Amanda." Emily sighs. Her tone kept raising with every sentence. The sting of betrayal wasn't just in the words themselves, but in the realization that someone so close could wield language as a weapon. The laughter that once echoed between them had been replaced by an uncontrollable silence, broken only by the echoes of the hurtful phrases. "I didn't know you would feel like this, Emily, but you could have talked with me." "I did. Hell, I tried to, but you never really cared about me. Would you even understand if I had told you?" Emily sighs and continues, "When Heather and company approached me after work, I told them I wouldn't betray my friend, but do you know what they offered me? My own team. I wanted to feel the same importance you have been enjoying, Amanda." "When did they approach you?" Amanda asked. "They saw me on your debut showcase. They liked the designs and wanted me to sell them new ones. But you never showed me before finalizing since it was your department." "Do you regret it?" Amanda's voice was more like a whisper filled with certainty. She didn't know why she asked this. Maybe she wanted to hang on the last straw of her friend's honesty. Emily pressed her lips together and avoided her gaze. "I don't regret fighting for my right." Amanda pressed the button of her pen and a loud beep noise is heard. "That's enough." She held her palm with the pen out and disclosed, "I only recorded our conversation when you exposed Heather and Co. As your friend, this is my last gift. I don't want to see your face ever again, Emily." In that moment, Amanda confronted not only the hurtful words, but the realization that the foundation of their friendship had been shaken. Because of the recorded conversation, Amanda was able to get justice for her name. The act turned out even better for Amanda as she was recognized for being extremely talented, and her idea of imbricating initials in her own designs became famous among designers. Although Amanda had been successful in her career, she still didn't have the courage to call or ask about Emily's whereabouts. Maybe they were better like this, she thought to herself, and carried on with her work.